Hello and welcome to the news in details. Now, President Paul Kagame on Tuesday attended a meeting organized by the UN Security Council debate on peace building and sustainable peace. Now, the conference was chaired by the Kenyan government, which is currently chairs the UN Security Council. Speaking virtually, the president told the participants that peace building should be a permanent and ongoing process through the search of solutions and consensus based on the example of Rwanda.
Peace is much more than the absence of violence. The precondition for sustainable peace is a shared understanding of the root causes of the conflict by a broad range of stakeholders in society. Excellencies, allow me to offer a few thoughts on what this may entail, informed by Rwanda's own recent experience. First, peace building should be understood as an ongoing process, a constant search for solutions through dialogue and consensus, as we say in Rwanda. It may not be possible to entirely prevent all conflict. In fact, disagreements and grievances will always be there in one form or another. But the intensity and the impact of conflicts can be minimized by remaining attentive to local needs and expectations. Rwanda's post-genocide trajectory is marked by a consistent focus on national unity, inclusion, and service delivery. There are other positive examples from Africa and beyond. Practical and tangible partnership is critical. Rwanda's experience is that no matter how bad the situation appears, success is always an option. Let's build on today's debate and challenge ourselves to work together to demand better results in international peace building.
Moving on, President Paul Kagame says Rwanda is committed to contributing to peace-building operations now and making a difference where it can. Now, the head of state say this virtually in the first fireside chat of the Global Security Forum taking place in Doha, Qatar.
In an interview with American journalist Steve Clemons, which focused on resilience building and securing development in Africa, President Kagame said that building lasting peace requires the cooperation of countries and international organizations. He described good governance as a lasting solution.
I would say that no amount of external funding or troop commitment can create sustainable peace without putting governance at the center of it all. Because of our country's history, Rwanda is committed to contributing to peace-building operations and making a difference where we can. We have done so multilaterally through the United Nations or the African Union, such as in the Central African Republic or in Sudan and South Sudan.
On security partnership, President Kagame said that it is aimed at the security of the people and is based on good governance, giving the example demonstrated through the cooperation between Rwanda and Mozambique.
Lately, we have responded to a bilateral appeal from the government of Mozambique to combat the radical insurgency in Cabo Delgado. External forces can create the safety and the political space for new forms of consensus-based leadership within a society to gain the upper hand, but it can't be forced or imposed.
Asked on those who criticize what has been achieved in the country, the head of state said that the hard work of Rwandans, both in strengthening security and economic development, is what they want to criticize, but that hard work is what Rwandans have chosen, and that will not stop.
I welcome the criticisms made, some of them unfair, others may be fair, but that's life. But I always wonder, if we hadn't made progress, or if we had not survived at all, what would be the criticism today? So I think that was settled. We can be blamed, we can be criticized for making good progress and maybe not relaxing. That is a simple matter to resolve. It is much easier to resolve than if we had done nothing or failed or done entirely wrong thing altogether. That is, for me, the most important thing.
In conclusion, President Kagame called for nations to learn from the past failures to avoid the same in the future. Regarding COVID-19, the head of state said that inequality in the distribution of the vaccine poses a threat to everyone's health, as it could lead to an increase in the spread of the coronavirus, as well as delay the pace of the global economic recovery. Innocent Mugabo, RTV News.
Thank you, Innocent, for that report. Now, the youth that are orphans in Rubavu district living in Imharanira village, built by Unity Club in Rwanda, are thankful to this organization for giving them hope of life as they no longer feel alone. Imonsi Jean-Pierre, of 32 years of age, and Ichinyange Virginie both became orphans at a very young age, and they were raised in a former Noel de Nyundo orphanage, which was later closed due to the system of putting children who are orphans in foster care or homes.
Life is too hard when you are an orphan, and accepting that fact is heartbreaking as well. But having foster parents somehow fills that void, which is why I no longer feel like I am an orphan.
20 of them for the last 8 years have been living independently in their own homes in a village called Imharanira, built by the Unity Club in Rwanda organization. Altogether, there are 20 houses in Rushengo village, Gikombesel in Rubavu sector. They are constructed in a modern style, whereby a house has 4 rooms, with each room having 3 bedrooms, a sitting room and a bathroom. The youth say that having these houses restores their hope for the future, and thanks the Unity Club in Rwanda for being there for them.
The fact that we are orphans, it's unfortunate, but we were so blessed and lucky to have this organization that looks out for us by building these houses for us. It is our inheritance now. We are no longer stuck feeling sorry for ourselves, but rather looking forward to the future.
Dr. Charles Muligande, a member of the Unity Club in Rwanda, says that this youth, who became orphans as a result of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, should not feel abandoned because the country prioritizes them as well.
Coming together to support these orphans created in them the desire to live and the desire to struggle and move forward. I believe that these orphans, seeing the women in the leadership, actually the leaders of our country, because this action was coordinated by the First Lady, gave them the assurance that though they have lost their parents, their brothers and sisters, the country was there for them.
In celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Unity Club in Rwanda, they applauded this youth for being able to finish college and graduate at universities. Some of them have become entrepreneurs and others have built families. Now, health experts say that COVID-19 vaccines protects those infected from long-term infection and reduces the rate of the spread of the disease.
Across the country, there are citizens above the age of 70 who have not yet received the vaccines, yet they were the priority when the vaccines first got in the country. We spoke to some of them, and these were the reasons. I didn't know, and I didn't want to be vaccinated. I was vaccinated the first dose, but the second time they called me, I was sick. By 20th October, it is expected that at least 1.3 million people will have been vaccinated in the 27 districts that are neighboring bordering countries. Dr. Albert Tuishime, head of Diseases Prevention and Control Department at Rwanda Biomedical Center, explains that even those who missed the vaccines in the first round, due to various reasons, will still get an opportunity. We are working closely with health centers and local officials, so we know who has not been vaccinated so that those who missed can also be vaccinated. Various health centers in the city of Kigali provide both the first and second vaccine. At Muhima Hospital, we found a group of youth who say they have no good reason for not getting the vaccines and are calling on the others who have not to do so. They said that it is dangerous, and I got scared, so I decided to come and get vaccinated. Health expert Dr. Vedaste Naingwa echoes that the COVID-19 vaccines save lives.
Normally the vaccination limit the spread by increasing immunity of everyone, each one who have been vaccinated. What does it mean? It means that when you are vaccinated, you develop immunity. That immunity will make sure that you will not live longer with the virus, so you eliminate virus quickly. And when you eliminate the virus quickly, the chance of spreading the virus become low, and that really break the chain of transmission of COVID-19.
Nationwide, the infection rate is at 0.6% from 10% in July in some parts of the country this year. As of Monday, more than 1,698,000 people have been fully vaccinated with both doses.
Now, the Ministry of Health is urging people not to take any symptoms of breast cancer lightly, as more than a half of the patients seek treatment after it has hit a critical stage. Hence, the treatment process is intense and hard. Now, statistics show that last year, 636 women died from breast cancer, and 1,237 new people were diagnosed with it. Some women with breast cancer say that the fact that they found out earlier is the reason why the treatment stopped it from spreading into the rest of the body parts. Philippa Kibugu has been cured from breast cancer for more than 27 years.
Unlike my sister, I knew the importance of early detection. I checked myself, and when it was discovered, it was very early. I had all the services. I had more than 7 doctors. I had everything any human being needs to have to survive. That is what we need in Rwanda. We need awareness. We need early detection. We need all the infrastructures and special doctors to provide the services.
At the Nyarurenzi Health Center in Mageragere sector of Nyarugenge district, women between the ages of 30 and 49 come for breast and cervical cancer screening. For people living with HIV, cervical cancer screening is a necessity and done for those aged 25 and above due to the high risk of them getting it. I asked doctors to do a checkup on us so that we know where we stand. Cancer is a very dangerous disease for women, which is why I would like to get checked and protect myself. Health authorities in Rwanda say breast and cervical cancer are of great concern. Dr. Francois Uwinkindi, the division manager of non-communicable diseases, explains that in Rwanda, a half of the breast cancer patients in clinics are in the critical stages.
One thing about cancer is that it spreads to the other parts of the body. Once we're able to diagnose it at its early stages, we are then able to treat it through carrying out a surgery or through a radiotherapy or chemotherapy. Once the cancer starts spreading, the chances of recovering are very low. Destroying the cancer cells is difficult. Early treatment increases one's chances of recovery.
According to the Ministry of Health, more than 5,000 new people are diagnosed with cancer every year in Rwanda. Cervical cancer and breast cancer account for 30% of all cancers in Rwanda. 99% of breast cancer patients are women. In 2020, 636 women were killed by breast cancer and 1,237 new people were diagnosed with it. Currently, the number of known breast cancer patients in the clinic is 2,605. Now, industrialists who add value to agricultural products and construction sector say the government should help them from the start, as this is where they face more challenges.
Industrialists who add value to agricultural products and construction sector say the government should help them from start, as this is where they face more challenges. National Industrial Research and Development Agency has brought together industrial professionals from across the country in a 4-day workshop to jointly review the use of technology in industrial innovation with the aim of increasing the value of agricultural products and construction. Some industrialists appreciate the way the government continues to help, but called for more capacity building. We start from scratch going up, and later we get to where we want. The government has helped out the best way possible by giving us all legal documents. The 7-year government plan to accelerate development includes a pledge that by 2024, 35% of Rwandans will be living in the city. The Director General of the National Industrial Research and Development Agency says in order for the construction industry to be sustainable, there must be a cooperation between the owners of the industry and the government. Industry is a building under satisfactory rent, and we ourselves see it in the houses that we are building right now. In the field of technology, where we look at, that's where we need to support. The National Industrial Research and Development Agency has been supporting small and medium enterprises, from garment makers and value-added banana products. More than 100 industries are expected to be funded in order to continue to address the impact of COVID-19. Derek Muhanji, reporting for RwandaTV.
Thank you, Derek, for that report. Now, the United Arab Emirates Royal Group of Companies on Monday opened their first ever African subsidiary in Kigali. Now, Christians, the Royal Club UAE Rwanda, which will be seeking investment partnership in real estate and medical sectors, among other things. The Royal Club UAE Rwanda aims to be the regional business hub that will position Rwanda as a medical tourism and logistics destination, as well as increasing Rwanda's horticulture exports. Now, the Royal Club UAE also intends to build a heritage village in Kigali, a sort of Dubai cultural village with exclusive architectural designs, which will promote and showcase the UAE culture in Rwanda. While speaking at the official opening of the Royal Club UAE Rwanda Hub, the acting chief investment officer at the Rwanda Development Board, Pacific Tuyishime, say that this is a testament of trust in Rwanda's investment environment. Take a look.
When we see somebody who believes so much in what we can accomplish together, that they set up a physical location like this one, in a prime location like this one, I think that only signals that prime ideas, strategic ideas are going to evolve from this. So what I want to maybe share with you today is that we are honored that you've made this choice, that this is the first location you're opening in East Africa, in Africa, not East Africa. I think it's a testament and a recognition of what the private sector here has done, what the government has done to continue to demonstrate that Rwanda is a place to do business. And not just for Rwanda, but for the region as well, for Africa, that we can be a hub for greater things that we can accomplish.
During an exclusive interview with RBA's, His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Mohammed bin Ahmed Al Maktoum, a member of the Dubai royal family, say that they chose Rwanda as their regional hub because of the peaceful and secure environment for investors.
Because it's a safe country and people welcomed us with warm hearts. So we accepted to come here. We're into the medical sector, and that's what I can talk about, only the medical sector. You should see us as a big opportunity, like we're the beginning of the start of the platform. This is a business platform that will connect countries around Rwanda to bring businessmen and investors here in Rwanda and out of Rwanda too. I would like people to trust our future vision in this company.